Welcome to part 3 of my Italy series, where I visit Italy's largest lake, Lake Garda. After boarding the Italian bullet train, we spent the next 6 hours speeding along through the country at speeds up to 200 kilometers an hour, about 110 miles an hour. As we progressed north, the scenery changed from flat fields with gentle hills to steep slopes with cloud-covered peaks. When I got off, I saw my first snow-capped mountains during the trip. Next, a bus took us for an hour-long ride past beautiful green rivers and alpine-esque towns. Soon the lake came into view with its towering mountains surrounding it. Exhausted, I took a glance at the mountains, eager to get hiking the next day. The following morning, we quickly passed through the town and headed to the nearby mountain to climb to a cliffside chapel. After about a quarter mile, we reached a bastion overlooking the lake. After quickly touring the bastion and enjoying views of the town, we climbed further up the steep trails. We eventually stumbled upon a hydroelectric pipeline that ran up the mountain. There were also old minecart rails running alongside it. Continuing to the chapel, we passed by a retaining wall and a tunnel that looked like it went deep into the mountain. Upon reaching the chapel, we had another excellent view of the lake and town. It had a small shrine to Mary and a plaque that said it was made by the hydroelectric workers back in 1927. Eager to reach the top of the mountain, I pressed on up the steep cliffs. We eventually got to a very tall ladder which made some of us nervous to climb. Hearing that a storm was coming, I quickly hurried up the mountain. However, I couldn't go too quickly as the trails were very steep.
You never know when your hour is going to come.
After quite some time, I soon discovered snow on the ground, which made me hopeful for reaching the summit. Unfortunately, I ran out of time, so I had to head back down. With the remaining time, I went to the lakes and saw some ducks sleeping in the water, as well as a shop that sold knives that would be worth a fortune in Counter-Strike. The following day, we headed to a medieval fort just out of town. After a quick detour climbing a wall, I made it to the bright green grounds of the fort. While the main tower no longer had multiple floors, you could still see stain marks which marked out each level. The rest of the buildings were mostly intact. Some had water, while others had medieval murals. Nonetheless, they had a beautiful view of the farmland below. We then returned back to the town to get a look at the lake once more. This time we fed the birds and watched them struggle to get a bite. Leaving the lake to go to a restaurant, I noticed a Roman ruin, which was neat since I didn't think they had them so far up north. At the restaurant, I had some interesting bread which looked like a stone. Despite not spending much time in Lake Garda, we left the next morning. Overall, Lake Garda was a breeze, which left me a little unsatisfied with how little I spent there. I would have liked to hike a little bit more mountains, but that would have to wait, as I was headed for a very unique city.